line is from the movie Chinatown. The mortician chortles to Jack Nicholson, middle of a drought, and the water commissioner drowns. Only in L.A. Our fourth story on the countdown. From the day he introduced his new GI Bill, Senator Jim Webb of Virginia faced the utter opposition of President Bush and Senator McCain. Senator Webb joins us in a moment to react to today's Chinatown-like inside outing of this process, in which at today's signing of the new GI Bill, President Bush congratulated himself and Senator McCain.
The bill is a result of close collaboration between my administration and members of both parties on Capitol Hill. I am particularly grateful to Congressman Boehner, Hoyer, Obey, and Lewis. And I want to thank members who worked hard for the GI Bill expansion, especially Senators Webb and Warner, Graham, Byrne, and McCain. This bill shows the American people that even in an election year, Republicans and Democrats can come together to stand behind our troops and their families.
Last Friday, Mr. McCain had already congratulated himself for the passage of a bill he had tried to strangle.
I'm happy to tell you that we've probably agreed on an increase in educational benefits for our veterans that not only gives them increase in their educational benefits, but if they stay in for a certain period of time, then they can transfer those educational benefits to their spouses and or children.
Senator Jim Webb joins us tonight from Washington. Thank you again for your time tonight, sir.
Well, thank you for remembering this day. It's a very special day.
It is, and I know that the point of this is the bill and the point of this is the troops, but two questions about what we just heard there. The first one, I think, is pretty obvious. Was that galling to hear that? Or what? Or that the fact that it passed, does it not matter?
I think it's safe to say that there was a good deal of cooperation among Republicans and Democrats. It just didn't include the administration. So, you know, I had expected it. This president missed a real opportunity to show leadership and to show true respect for the people who served. He should have had the Republicans, such as Chuck Hagel, who he didn't even mention, by the way, Democrats, members of the veterans groups around him. This isn't an expansion of benefits, what you just said in the tape you played. It is a new program. It's the first wartime GI Bill since Vietnam. I'm really proud that we were able to get it through, and the rest of it is just kind of amusing.
Well, did either of them, did either the president or Senator McCain really ever get on board on this, or were they obstacles and they just sort of were the last ones out of the way? No,
neither of them really did get on board. We accepted this transferability provision, which, by the way, has been in the law for 6 years. This isn't a new idea. But every single thing that we argued for and that they were against is included in this. You note that this had to come to the president on a supplemental appropriations bill rather than a clean bill, which he said he was going to veto. But, you know, I don't care. We got something out there that's going to give the people who served since 9/11 the same kind of benefits as those who served during World War II, and they've got a chance at a first-class future, and I couldn't be happier.
Senator, not to turn this into what have you done for them lately, but it's your GI Bill. You've worked on this since day one after your election, after being sworn in. Obviously, you have a list of things to do for the troops. What's the next thing on the list? What's the next most urgent thing to get done? Well,
the first thing I would say is that I actually wrote this bill along with Legislative Counsel before I was sworn in and was able to usher it through. I also sponsored the Dwell Time Amendment last year, which tried to get some balance in the rotational cycles, which was opposed by Senator McCain and the administration and others. I think what we really need to work on over the next 4 or 5 months, and it goes back to the speech that Senator Obama gave today and this little fight that I've been watching, and that is we need to make sure that we take politics out of service. People don't serve their country for political issues, and John McCain is my longtime friend. If that is one area that I would ask him to calm down on, it's that. Don't be standing up and uttering your political views and implying that all the people in the military support them, because they don't, any more than when the Democrats had political issues during the Vietnam War. Let's get politics out of the military, take care of our military people, and have our political arguments in other areas.
Well, we can cross our fingers on that one. I'll see if it happens, and I know you feel the same way. I think I also, on the subject of political questions, I think I know the answer to this last one. Is there anything new since the last time I asked you about the chance you might be running for vice president?
Not really.
That was it, huh? Well, then I have time for one more question. I have a quote out of the Washington Post from yesterday. It is a testament to the tenacity of Senator James Webb and the justice of his cause that Congress has enacted a new GI Bill for war veterans. The freshman senator's ability to work across party lines means that the men and women who risk their lives for America's well-being will, in return, get expanded education benefits along with opportunities for better futures. Ultimately, how difficult was this, and did it encourage you or discourage you about the process of getting things done for people like the troops?
I think that it shows that if you define issues properly and find people to work with, you can get things done. And we had, as the principal co-sponsors on this bill, 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans, 2 Vietnam veterans, 2 World War II veterans, Senator Lautenberg, Senator Warner being the World War II veterans. And we got 58 co-sponsors on a bill in the United States Senate, 302 sponsors in the House, despite the opposition of the administration. I think George W. Bush made a real bad mistake today in terms of trying to show full respect for military service. I think he blew it.
Well, but he got a good soundbite out of it, so I guess that's all that actually matters from that point of view. Congratulations, Senator. I know how hard a fight it was and how long a fight it was, and it would be well appreciated, I think, by people of all political parties. And thanks also for the big laugh in the middle of the segment. Senator Jim Webb of Virginia. Thank you, sir.
Good to be with you.